Thank you for joining me on the mat today. This is your Monday class, and on Monday we look at the theme ahead, and this week we're working very particularly on back care and back bending, and the two go hand in hand. But today's class we're going to more specifically look at the four main ways that the spine moves. So consider forward bending, side bending, twisting, and also back bending. Yeah, we're just going to do a few of each of those as an introduction to this week of back care. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about this and let's begin. And I'd like you to have a belt and two blocks. And we're going to begin on our back, stretching our hamstrings, because part of the forward flexion, we're going to start with forward flexion, forward bending, you really need to have movement in your hamstrings. Okay, this is, in my mind, the safest and loveliest way to stretch your hamstrings. So safe because your back is supported. Now, I'd like the forehead to sit higher than the chin, and if that doesn't happen naturally, you would put a pillow under your head. You're going to extend the left leg along the floor, take the right foot up, and the belt works as an arm extension, arms extensions, and it's over the ball of the foot, not the arch, not the heel, but the ball of the foot. Now, can you push the foot away until the leg is truly straight and find a sensation that you can breathe into? Yeah, it's critical that everything we do, we breathe in and breathe out, and we notice just what occurs in one breath cycle. Now, add a bit of that. So you would walk your hands towards your foot. And let's be clear, it's much more important that the leg is straight than you're holding your foot or how close your hands are to your foot. Take a breath there. Now, we're always looking to use the whole body. Lift the head, have a look. What's happening with that left foot? Is it in the right place? Are you reaching that leg away, and is it strong and straight? Take a breath there. Hold the belt just in the right hand, left hand on the thigh. We're going to take that right leg just slightly to the right. Use your core now to pull down towards the floor. Don't tip over. Just taking your leg out just until you can't take it anymore without tipping over. Both legs are truly strong. And bring the leg back. Pull it up again towards your head and release. Bend the knee into your chest and stand that leg down. So sometimes if you have a sore back, stretching your hamstrings like this on the floor will really help. Okay, extend the right leg along the floor. And again, it doesn't matter where the leg is. So people often ask me, are some people naturally more flexible than others? And you know, there is a genetic disposition that will allow people, if they stretch and use their muscles, to get more flexible than others. But it's much more about how you use your body in your life. So everybody can become more flexible if they put the time in and change how they do their things. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Find your hamstrings. Let's push that leg straight. Lift your head. Check in with the right leg. What's it doing? Push it away. Be curious, not judging. So everything we say about yoga, we can say about life. Be present. And just deal with whatever is occurring in one breath cycle. Push the legs straight. And now hold the belt or the foot just with one hand, and we're going left with the leg. Keep the spine on the ground, taking the leg to the left. Be curious, how does this feel? Where's your mind? Be here. What are you using your core for? Yeah. How are you using your core not to tip over? Take another breath. And then let's bring that left leg back Squeeze the knee into the chest and release. Okay, let's come up to sitting. So point the feet to the ceiling and rock yourself all the way up. Okay, sitting up tall, we're going to use a belt over the ball of the foot. Balls of the feet. Let me get that right. It's 2 legs, 2 feet, and lift here. Okay, so the forward action of the spine, let's talk about that first action that we're exploring, requires not just, but is very affected by the length of your hamstrings. So this first place, I'd like you to be really upright. And then find this forward action. So walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward to your foot and to your feet. And notice where you feel this in your back. We're never looking for pain. Push the legs down. Push the feet into the hands or the belt. Pull on the feet or the belt and breathe. So paying attention to your breath is what keeps you safe. Yeah, keep exploring the movement in your back. So this is Paschimottanasana. Forward action. Move your chest forward. And then inhale and lift your head and release. We're going to do that again. I really want to make sure that you've got your head and your neck in the right place, because I find when I'm teaching, when I suggest to people, let's say you're here to lift your chest, I see a lift of the head. Okay, so I want you to make sure that the back of the neck and the throat is fully extended. So let's come forward again and lift the chest and notice what happens with your chin. Can you keep your chin down and the base of the skull back, folding forward? And let's tuck the chin slightly as you lift your chest. Oh, good. I think that works better. Moving your hands down towards your feet, even if it's 1 millimeter at a time. And tuck your chin just a little each time you lift your chest. Take another breath. We're moving the head to the feet, not to the legs. So we're going forward with the spine. Take another breath. Keep the hold. Inhale now. Now lift your head. Look right up over your eyebrows and release. Okay, that's a forward fold using the forward flexion of the spine. And now let's bend the right leg. You may or may not need the belt again. And I'd like you to find that again, this forward fold. Yeah, holding the belt or holding the foot. Each time you think about lifting the chest, can you tuck your chin? Yeah, we're moving the spine forward. We're tipping the pelvis. We're using the length of the hamstrings. Of course, we're breathing in and breathing out. And forward bends calm the nervous system down. We're working on so many levels in yoga. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath. Push the leg down. Inhale. We're lifting the head. We're looking over the eyebrows. We're lifting the chest. And release. Let's do the left side. So extend the right leg forward. Bend the left leg. The foot can be on the inner thigh or further back, depending on your hip mobility. And let's, again, lasso the foot. Lift the chest. Check in with what you're doing with your chin, the lift of the spine. And fold. Yeah? Breathing. Walking the hands down towards the foot. Moving the spine along the leg. Each time you lift your chest, can you tuck your chin slightly? Lift the chest, tuck the chin. Lift the chest, tuck the chin. Push that right leg straight. Push into the belt or the fingers and pull. Notice what you're doing. How does your back feel? Can you extend your spine forward? Take another breath. And then inhale, lift. Look up over your eyebrows, lift your chest, and release. Okay, forward flexion. Okay, I'd like you to take your legs behind you, take your knees apart, and press the hips back. So, I didn't say it at the beginning, besides those four main actions of the spine also can move forwards and backwards. So here in pose of the child, we can find that. Move forward and backward. Do it again. And walk your hands back. So dog pose is another way, and let's find dog pose, that you can move the spine in more than one direction. So the crown of the head is reaching down towards the floor and the sitting bones are up. So in between each of these movements, you can choose to find dog pose or pose of the child. Okay, take a breath here. And then either walk your hands back from pose of the child or bring your knees down. And I'd like you to find a cross-legged position. Lift your chest. And let's consider this lateral stretch. Yeah? I'd like you to take your, I'm thinking about that, left arm up and over, right hand to your elbow, and you're stretching to the right. You're leaning to the right. Can you feel that in the side body? Be curious. So the elbow is pushing to the hand and the hand is pushing on the elbow. Yeah, we're lengthening the left side of the body. We're shortening the right side of the body. Good, take another breath. Push the left elbow into the fingers to come up. And release. Change the cross of the legs and change the placement of the arms. So that's the right arm up and the left hand is coming over, holding the elbow. Lift the chest and again, let's lean over. So be curious, these are very underused, the side muscles. Now, the right elbow is pushing to the fingers. So there's a little bit of resistance and that resistance creates some extra strength. So we're never just looking for flexibility. We're always looking to support the joints, support the range of motion of the body. Chest lift, leaning over. So now we're lengthening the right side of the body, shortening the left side. Take a breath. Push the elbow into the fingers and come all the way up. Okay, so another way we can do that is to lunge. So I'd like you to come onto all fours and step back to plank and dog pose. And step your right leg forward, left knee to the floor. Okay, elbow to the knee, press forward. Let's find this lunge first. Yeah, so we're lengthening the psoas, the hip flexors that get quite tight from sitting. Yeah, when the hip flexors are longer, the spine moves quite differently. Okay, so we're going to take now I have to think about my lefts and right. The left arm is coming up and all the way over. The right hand is coming to hold the wrist. And now turn the left palm up and we're leaning to the right. Left side of the body is lengthening, right side of the body is shortening. Again, there's some resistance, so you're pulling on the wrist, yeah, but the arm's pulling back slightly. Whole of the right foot is pushing down, squeezing to the midline. And then push back to the left and release. And change sides, so you're going to step back to dog pose if you can, or just change sides. You know there's always a way. Left side. Elbow to the knee, hand to the wrist. Let's find the shape. And then let's find the side body. Yeah, so we're going to take the right arm over. The left hand is holding the wrist and draw that over. So now we're lengthening the right side of the body, shortening the left, lifting the chest. Be curious, squeezing to the midline. Good, and push back, straighten up. And again, now it's pose of the child or dog pose. Let's find that spinal extension. Each time we lengthen the side body, the front body, the back body, the whole spine should be able to extend just a little bit more or a little bit more simply. Take another breath. If you're in pose of the child, walk your hands back. Otherwise, bring your knees down to the floor. Good. And swing your legs forward and then cross them. Right leg to the outside. Okay, so now we're twisting. You're going to bring your thumbs into your waist. When we're twisting, it's important that we twist from the core, that we keep the spine lifted. So when you're ready, yeah, we're not using the arms, we're turning to the right. Just notice how far you can go. What's happening with your shoulders? Push your chest forward. Grab your navel, use your core, turn a little bit further. And then turn all the way back slowly. Good, lean back, change the cross of the legs. Left leg to the outside now, lift the chest. Turning to the left. And turning, and turning, and turning, suck your navel back, turn it around. Keep lifting, the spine is long like a spiral staircase. And then slowly, so slow takes more strength, and back to the middle. Okay, so now I'd like you to extend your legs forward. Oh, I think I should face this way. And bend the right leg, take it over the top of the left. And let's come back with those thumbs at the waist. And turn. We're turning right. We're turning right, we're turning right, we're turning right. When you can't turn right anymore, then I'd like you to grab your leg. Yeah, take the right hand behind you and don't overdo what's happening with the arms. Can you use the arms as a supporting action as you twist a little bit more? The spine is long, push through the left foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. Notice how this feels. Quietly. Turn your head to look over the left shoulder. And release. And let's change sides. So bend the left leg. Bring the thumbs to the waist. Lift the spine. Push through the right leg. That's part of your anchor. And turn. We're turning from the core. Lifting the chest. Lift and turn and lift and turn. When you can't turn anymore, you're going to grab that left leg. Take the left hand behind you. And again, combine the action of the arms and the core to lift and turn the spine. Be curious. Notice how it feels. Know that you're supporting the real primary functions of your spine, moving it in all these different natural directions. This is the design. Take another breath. And then turn your head to look over the right foot and release. Okay, I want you to extend your spine now, either in pose of the child or dog pose. Your heels can be in the air, your legs could be bent if you're in dog pose. Pose of the child, your arms are straight, your hips are pressing back to your feet. Take a breath. Lift your heels and bring your knees down to the floor. and bring your front body all the way down to the floor. So here we are. We're ready. We're ready for just a couple of little back bends. Now that we've used those, we've moved sideways, forwards, we've twisted, the spine is ready. Now, let's have the hands under the shoulders and lift the shoulders. Can you, before we do anything, extend the spine? So crown of the head's going forward, tailbone's going backwards and down, shoulders are lifting. Yeah, check those shoulders, have a look. These are collapsed shoulders, these are lifted shoulders. Okay, the knees are off the floor and the hips are pressing down. Inhale, a tiny little lift. Where are we lifting? The chest is lifting off the floor. Imagine you're dragging your hands towards you. You're looking at the tip of your nose, don't throw your head back. Your thighs are lifting, your tailbone is pressing down. Salabhasana. And then lower down. And everyone push to pose of the child. One breath. And then let's come forward. So the knees point forward again. You're coming all the way down to the floor. Okay, this time you're going to lace up your fingers behind you. Lift your shoulders. Let's begin with the forehead on the floor. Everything else is the same. Feet are down, hips are down, shoulders are lifted. And then lift your head first. Don't throw it back. Imagine you're being pulled up by the back of the neck and lift. Look at the tip of your nose. This is back strengthening as well as bending. Shoulders are lifting. Weight bearing on your back muscles. Take another breath. Lower down, hands forward, pose of the child, knees apart. Can you feel that extension? Take another breath. And inhale, and walk the hands all the way back. Okay, so there we have forward, sideways, twisting, and just a little back bend, strengthening back bend to end with. We're going to explore this quite a lot more this week. In my mind, it's a week of back care, but as I said, there will be, by Thursday's class, some really lovely back bends as well. So thank you for joining me on the mat today. Your back is going to be so grateful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.